Ibu Jean, could you share like your story of finding a job and actually what inspired you to become a cross-cultural coach?
I tripped into
Yeah.
cross-cultural training.
Yeah.
So I had a website, and there was a post on the website asking for someone who could make a presentation, give a presentation about domestic staff.
Okay.
So managing maids, managing drivers, managing whatever. And so I went to this location, and I walked into a room, and there was a main trainer, and there was a newly arrived expat couple.
Okay.
So I proceeded with my presentation, and I gave the presentation, and everybody was happy with the information. And then afterwards, the main trainer pulled me aside to say, "That was really good. You would be a good trainer." And so I said, "Trainer? Trainer of what?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Culture, sharing your expertise from both sides of culture." And I said, "You mean there's people that do this? Like help people that are newly arriving in Indonesia?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Yes, of course." And so he shared that, "I think you would be really good because you have both perspectives. You have the Indonesian perspective, and you have the Indonesian and the Western perspective." So when I learned that my knowledge of accumulated years could help somebody make this transition so much easier, it was a natural move. I'm so happy that I can share my knowledge, can help people. Yeah.
So, what advice would you give for the women expats taking a job position in Indonesia, and what are the challenges that they might face, and what should they expect from taking on the job here?
In some instances, a young woman professional who is managing an older gentleman team may find a bit of resistance.
Yes.
However, as soon as a professional expat shows her authority and demonstrates to her team why she's been hired, and that she has the capacity, she has the knowledge, she has the expertise to lead the team that she's with, then she's immediately respected. And so once that's established, I think that she shouldn't have very much more problem working in Indonesia. It's just that initial establishment of, I'm here because I'm capable. And once that's established, there's no problem.
So, we living here, you must know that Indonesia is quite male-dominated country, the culture and everything. Right? In the business environment, right? What do you find most shockingly different with what you are used to in the Western culture?
Well, in the perfect world, everything is fair, everything is equal, right? But Indonesia isn't a perfect world.
Yes.
And currently in Indonesia, within the top 100 companies, only 5% are run by women CEOs. The biggest difference or surprise that I had was the mentality of society towards what women's roles is.
Yeah.
So she may get a university education, but then the first question is, when are you going to get married?
Yeah.
And then as soon as she gets married, when are you going to have a family?
Yes.
And then once you have a family, okay, now it's your responsibility to take care of that family, or at least arrange the family. So I feel that it's very heavily given to the woman's responsibility, whereas in the West, out of necessity, it has to be more of a balanced role, that the husband is expected to participate in that, whereas in Indonesia, it's definitely thought to be the role of the woman.
What do you think, as a expat woman, how can they navigate their life here in Indonesia and balancing, life as a mother, as a lady boss, as well as social life?
Good news, ladies, help is on the way. Like in Indonesia, because of the situation, we have the luxury of domestic help.
Yes.
And it's a lifestyle, not so much a luxury.
Yeah.
And so you can afford someone to do your laundry. You can afford someone to help with the housework. You can afford someone to at least help with some of the child care. And so what that does is free your time to have a life.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what I see with women overseas is that their total time is consumed, if not work, family, husband, and they have no me time at all.
Yeah.
Whereas in Indonesia, because the domestic side has been taken care of, then they have a little bit of freedom in order to enjoy their life, enjoy their family, enjoy the posting.